I'm Jonathan.
I'm Mitch.
Welcome to Something Game, Episode 2, all about the Super NES. Mitch, how are you today?
Doing good.
Thank you for coming over on your day off.
You're welcome.
Not much you had a choice because I'm the one with the equipment and you don't have all the equipment.
It's all your fault.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I didn't, have the money to be able to shell out more stuff for the equipment. Mitch, you ever played the Super NES?
I didn't have one growing up. I played a lot of the games on remakes, so
Sounds like a terrible childhood.
yes, it's all your fault.
I didn't even know you as a child.
Exactly. You couldn't make my life better.
Well, let's kick it off. We'll talk about where the Super NES came from. It came
From Japan.
Thank you, Weinstein. I know where it came from. It came from Japan in 1990. Didn't come to North America until 1991, which I was only about 3 years old. So I couldn't play it yet. I didn't get to play it until I was a little bit older. Fast forward 3 years. I played it when I was 6 years old. I got to see my dad play a lot of games because I wasn't allowed to play it yet. You want to know why?
Because you suck?
No, I was in trouble and I had to sit in the corner. And then when I tried to look at the games and stuff, they would turn the TV off until I sat back in the corner. I got in trouble a lot as a kid. Yeah, I know. But when I finally got to play it, though, I got to play great games such as Super Mario Brothers All-Stars, Super Mario World, Donkey Kong, Legend, Super Tecmo NBA, Earthworm Jim, Super Mario Kart, so on and so forth. But today I want to talk about Super Mario Brothers All-Stars.
What about it?
I still didn't beat the first Super Mario Brothers on there.
Why not? Because you still suck?
Thanks, Mitch. You're giving such encouragement.
Well, if I don't encourage you, you won't finish it.
I did. I told you, like in the last episode, I beat it in the Nintendo Switch version.
Right. That's that now. That's not then.
Oh, I'm sorry that I can't build a time machine and go back in time. That's not how it works.
We'll figure it out.
Do I look like I majored in science?
Not yet.
Folks, this is what friends are. We bust each other's chops. We're talking about Super Mario Brothers All-Star. Thank you for throwing me off there, Mitch.
Yes.
With one of your curveballs right there. Oh.
Cat attack.
Hello, Nixie. Sorry about that, folks. Nixie just wanted to jump on my lap there. I'm not distracted by her. She's part of the family, and I enjoy having her here, and she makes things a lot more fun. Now, anyways, talking about Super Mario Brothers All-Star, you didn't just have Super Mario Brothers. You had Super Mario Brothers 2, Super Mario Brothers Lost Levels. I almost said the Lost Worlds. Good thing I corrected myself on that one. As well as Super Mario Brothers 3. So starting off with the first one. Guess which character I played as?
Luigi.
That is right, because 1, I liked green. 2, I wasn't old enough to play as player 1 because that was the rule of our family. The youngest one was always player 2.
Yeah, you got that player 2 energy over there.
This is not the Mitch and Jonathan show. It's the other way around, buddy. At least I'm player 1 this time. And then playing Super Mario Brothers 2, I really enjoyed it. Again, I played as Luigi because I like playing as Luigi.
Or do you like the flutter jump better?
That one, too. I did enjoy the flutter jump. I just thought the game itself was just really enjoyable.
No, it's all fun. It's just...
And plus
I played the original, so it's hard to say that the All-Stars version's any better.
Just in my opinion, I thought the controller was a lot better to handle than it was with the NES because you have more buttons.
Right, but you didn't use all the buttons in the All-Stars.
No.
You only needed the same 2 buttons.
I just like the controller. I can't help it, okay? And then playing Super Mario Brothers 2 The Lost Levels. Guess what, folks? I didn't beat that one. Didn't even get past the first level.
No, but that one's notoriously more difficult.
And that's why it was not released in America until much later, because no one wanted to play it, because I couldn't beat it. And then going on to Super Mario Brothers 3, I really enjoyed, because, again, got to play as Luigi.
Yeah, but any version of that game's good.
Yeah, I just really enjoyed it. And before you ask, yes, I did use the whistles.
Why?
Because
It's more fun to play through all the levels.
You know what? They put it in the game. It's technically not cheating. Put that or you can throw it out the door on
No.
that one.
Okay.
I think the right words on that one. I'm rolling with it, and that's what I do. But yeah, no, I just they put it in the game, so why not? I just enjoyed it. It's just easier.
Well, did you
Yeah,
find all three whistles?
yes, I did find all three whistles, and I really enjoyed it. And then going on to Donkey Kong, that's a step up from difficulty of Super Mario Brothers All Star.
Yeah, but not as bad as Lost Levels.
No, not even close. But I did beat that game. I really enjoyed it. It's one of the few games that caused me to rage.
Well, don't break your controller.
No, I did not break my Super NES controller. Those were not cheap back then. Nowadays they are because you can find them cheaper. But no, it was. I just really liked the graphics and the music. I mean, it was iconic.
Oh yeah. I mean, any track from the NES or Super NES is just
Oh
great.
yeah, fantastic. I mean, I love to have a soundtrack of playlist of all that stuff and just really sit back and enjoy it. But it's just playing that game. I raged on the minecart because I always kept missing the jump.
Make
And
the
you,
jump.
and you can't blame latency on that one. That's user error right there. Nowadays, you can just blame latency on the jumps and everything.
It's
But
all
back
player
then, you
fault.
couldn't do that because it wasn't connecting to the internet. And then moving on to see here, Super Mario RPG Legends of Seven Stars. My dad played that one more than I did, but I really enjoyed the style of that game, and I thought it really pushed the console's limits.
It took them forever to release it on the Wii for the Virtual Console.
Which
That's where I played it.
was it just a remastered or
No, it's just the Virtual Console version of it.
oh, okay.
The remake wasn't until the Switch, but it's like you want one of those games where it's like I've never played it. Once I got to play it, I was like, yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really get to play the Wii as much, and then when I did, I didn't get a chance to play that one. But we'll talk about the Wii down the road.
Okay.
I never owned one
How dare you?
though. Secret of Evermore is a game that my brother played, and that one was about a boy and his dog. Kind of like
And yet you're a boy and a cat.
Yep, that's true. Um, and I wrote that game down because one, I couldn't always remember the name, and I had to text my brother the other day and go, "Hey, what was that game?" And he sent it to me. So I've asked him a few times, just never wrote it down. So I'm glad I finally wrote it down. Yes, folks, I keep notes of games so I can remember what they are.
Your Star Trek binder.
Yes, it's a Star. What's wrong with Star Trek?
Nothing. Just seems weird.
Why?
I don't know.
It's sticky. It's just sticky. No
Yeah, it's
binder.
just sticky notes with Star Trek quotes.
Yeah. Don't judge me. I enjoy it.
Okay.
Anyways, let's get back on topic here. Quit trying to drive me off the cliff there with all that stuff.
I try.
But yeah, no, that game was just you play as a kid, and they were in this ship and it was spiraling down. They're in this prehistoric era, and he goes, is that my dog? Throws a stick, and the dog brings a bone. He goes, eh. So you go through different prehistoric. You go through prehistoric, and then you go through another time period and all that, and go back and try to face the final villain. Don't ask me what the final villain's name is. I don't remember. But I thought, again, for what it was, I thought it was a lot of fun watching my brother play. I only got past the first level. Couldn't beat the rest of it. And then Tecmo Super NBA. Now that is a game I had fun. Yes, it was buggy. Yes, you could push and foul and all that stuff, and no one really cared. But it had cool cutscenes when you shoot a 3-pointer, and it just cut and showed it. And
Yeah, but the better game's NBA Jam.
hey, I didn't have NBA Jam yet. This is my story here. I'll be interrupting. See, folks, I'm trying to tell a story, and this guy right here is just like, oh, it's better than NBA. NBA Jam's better. It's like,
Playing the inferior version of everything.
but nah, it's just it was one of the few games I had Michael Jordan in, so I thought it was pretty cool playing it. And that was the game that my mom took away from me because I apparently played video games too much. Whoever thought that?
She knew how to punish you.
Yeah, because I always talked about that game. She's like, "There's more to life than video games." Guess what? I still game. I don't think I learned my lesson on that one. But another good game is that Legend. Legend was where you You could play co-op or by yourself, and you played with either a guy that had a sword or a guy that had a battle axe.
And you played?
Yes, and I did beat the
Well,
game.
which one? The sword or the battle axe?
Sorry, I thought you were asking if I played the game. No, I played it as a sword.
Okay.
But when I played my brother, of course, I was player 2. He was older. Dumb the rules.
Okay.
But no, it was just a really cool game and that. And yes, you kind of could just jump this way and this way, you know. That's pretty much it. It was a side scroller, so you couldn't, like, you know.
Can't do much.
No. But Super Mario Kart, that was one of my favorites.
That's the original for everything.
Yeah, I mean, that's just really where all that stuff began. And I played it by myself, and I really enjoyed playing against the computer. So I figured if I play against friends, they probably just tried to run me off the road. So
No, you just fall behind.
you trying to say I'm bad at racing games?
No, I'm saying you just get
Because
hit
you
by
are correct. I am terrible at racing.
No, you just get hit by a green shell right away.
That's true. I thought it was the blue shell.
No, green shell, no skill to hit someone with that.
Oh, what about the red shell?
Red shell locks on.
True.
So green shell's easier to hit you with because you have no skill.
But yeah, I mean, these games, to me, it was all about who I got to play with, and that was mostly my brother and my dad. And I had a lot of good times playing the console. And there are games that I did play on my own as I got older, because I had the Super NES for years. I didn't, you know, get into a console like a lot of kids did. I still played the Super NES. I played Batman Returns, which I enjoyed playing. Yes, I did feel like I was playing as Batman. Yes, I know. I'm petting my cat. That makes her happy.
Okay.
Because I see you looking at her or looking at me.
Well, she's more adorable to look at than you.
Thanks, Matt. You hurt my feelings right there.
Well, it makes the cat feel good, not you.
No, it's just, at least she's not sporadic like last time.
Well, we've had technical difficulties beyond what we're showing the audience here.
Yeah. This is, sidebar, this is like our third time filming this because I screwed up the first time and the second time, so blame me. Because this guy was making me laugh too much, and then I kind of dropped some words that I'm not allowed to drop. And
then the cat attacked the screen.
And the cat ended up shutting off our recording, which I thought was funny. But
I told you it was going to happen.
Good thing I didn't bet you. But yeah, no, it's just I really just enjoyed playing these games, and to me as a kid, that was the times, that was the fun, and I got to play Madden '95. An old friend of mine got me into Madden NFL video games back then. That's where I got to trade all the bad players and get all the good ones. Hey, why not? It's a video game. You might as well have fun and
had the true all-star team.
Yeah, you might as well. You know, but it's just, to me, it's just, like I said, it's just a fun console. And I really, really enjoyed it. I mean, I know you didn't own one.
I didn't own it, but I mean, I played like all the best games on the remakes. So I had Super Mario World on the Game Boy Advance. So that's where I first played it.
Super Mario World was a very good game, in my opinion. I thought, you know, plus you got to see Yoshi. Who didn't enjoy hopping on Yoshi and, you know, being able to jump on places you couldn't jump before?
Well, did you ever finish the game? So
No.
You didn't finish the original Mario?
No, I didn't. I didn't beat the game.
You didn't beat Super Mario World?
No.
You didn't beat Bowser?
No.
Didn't play all the secret levels?
No.
You're missing out on half the game.
It was my dad's. My dad beat it and stuff. But when I got to play it, though, it was still a lot of fun. I just struggled with that as a kid. You know, those type of games I did struggle, but I still had fun.
And you got to work on that hand-eye coordination.
My hand-eye coordination was not that great back then, you know, so it improved over time. And we'll talk about that in later times when we talk about other consoles. But keep talking and telling me about the games that you played, remastered and that.
Well, Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. That's like one of the best Zelda games.
Like I said, I'm not a friend of Zelda. Yeah, I'm not a friend of Zelda, and I don't like playing Zelda.
It's huge world.
Not that I, didn't discourage anyone from playing Zelda games. If you enjoy them, that's
It's just you
more.
never played it, so
Yeah,
what opinion do you really have of it, or
exactly.
can have of it for
Yeah,
not
and I'm
playing?
not. And when it comes to gaming, that I'm not judgmental. You play the games you want to play, and that's when it comes down to it. Because I'm not going to say I'm not going to pick on you,
Yeah,
match play.
yeah, but it's still one of those all-time games you should play.
Maybe one of these days I'll get my hands on Super NES again and be able to play Legend of Zelda on there. Maybe give it a chance and maybe become a fan of Zelda games.
Yeah, well, I mean, same thing with what you've never played Super Metroid.
No.
Yeah, it's one of those all-time games.
Yeah, I mean, I did miss out on a lot of games.
Super Mario World 2.
I heard that was a really good one. I know I did not play it, but I heard it was really
Well, after all that
fantastic.
rant and rave you did about Yoshi, you don't play the game that you play as Yoshi.
Well,
Throwing eggs, collecting stuff.
nah, it's just I just played the games that I owned. I didn't really, have the money back then as a kid
Well, neither did I, but
to
it's
be
like
able to,
what you had, you played into the dirt.
yeah, pretty much. Where
It's like you play until you got 100%. It's like that Yoshi game is great for if you're trying to 100% for fun.
yeah, maybe one of these days like I said, I'll track down a Super NES and play them and or use them on emulators.
Or about Chrono Trigger.
Never played it. Tell me about it.
Yeah, it's one of those all-time RPGs. So it's in that same class as like Final Fantasy, same kind of class as Final Fantasy VII, where it's like if you haven't played it, you haven't played.
If you know, you know.
Yeah,
But speaking of video games, I forgot one: the Spider-Man and Venom, where you got to play the Spider-Man and Venom.
I didn't play that one on Super NES. I played that on Genesis, but it's like half the Genesis libraries on NES or half the NES libraries on Genesis. However,
Do you mean Super NES?
did I say Super?
No, you said NES, buddy.
Oh, well, the audience knows what I'm talking about.
And you're
But
both
it's like half all the licensed games are basically copied and pasted on both consoles.
right.
So if you growing up, if you either had one or the other, I had in this case the other. So
See,
I had
I get to put you in the hot seat, where you're always busting my chops for screwing things up.
yeah, but I still played a lot of the Super NES games.
I know you did.
Didn't play them when they came out, but I played them eventually.
It counts, in my
Yeah,
opinion. I mean, like I said, to me, it wasn't about playing all the best games out there. It was me just being able to spend time with family at that time and be able to play video games with them and bond over it. And that's where my love of gaming, came even more.
well, for me, it was staying on my parents' hair.
That was for me with my mom. My mom's like, "Go play," and I'm like, "Okay," and then she would like peek in on me. I'm like, "Just make sure you're alive." I'm like, "Yeah," and
Well, at a certain point, it's like TV becomes repetitive at that point. If you're not,
TV in the '90s, yeah,
yeah,
that would be a whole different subject. But as one game I did want to play, and my mom almost let me get it until I opened the case at Blockbuster when we walked down. It was the wrong game. Was the Beavis and Butthead game? Because I got to watch Beavis and Butthead when I was like 9 years old. My mom was awesome. She let me watch South Park and Beavis and Butthead at that age. But
wasn't it one of those shit games, the
yes,
Beavis and Butthead game?
yes, it
Or it's
was.
like it doesn't play well, it doesn't work well. It's
No, but still, as a kid, I was like,
as a
oh,
kid, it's like, oh, I get to watch this thing that's M-rated essentially.
yes. And I just, the game that I walked out with was Ken Griffey Jr.'s Winning Run. I think that was the name of it. And it's just, yeah,
Basic baseball game.
yeah, I was kind of disappointed. My mom's like, well, I paid for it, so you're going to rent it and enjoy it. I'm like, couldn't argue with her. She's the boss.
Well, yeah, there's plenty of licensed games that are hit or miss depending on your age.
Right. I
I mean,
mean,
back then it's like, oh, you see a Power Rangers game, it's the greatest thing ever because that's was all the thing.
see, that game just reminded me of Streets of Rage, where it's just, side scroll would beat them up.
Yeah, but I mean, just a different skin on it essentially.
Right. But one game I definitely enjoyed, and it's one of my favorites, and an old friend of mine let me borrow it, was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in Time.
And that's one of the best beat 'em ups.
Yes, I really enjoyed it. Got to play as all the different characters, went through it multiple times. I thought the levels were awesome and fighting against Shredder was a pain in the, well, you know.
Pain in the shred ash.
Yes. Thank you, Mitch.
We got semi-censored for the YouTube. They don't pick it up if you use something innocuous.
Yeah, we'll just roll with that.
Yeah.
We'll use the Mitch dictionary today. I'm surprised you stayed. I'm sorry. I'm kind of a little distracted by my cat, but
She's looking for an opportunity to run away from you.
yeah, she is. She's leaving.
She hates you now.
No, she was just getting too warm.
You weren't petting her, right?
No, she just likes to come and go. But anywho, getting back to some of the games. I mean, I did play, Street Fighter 2 with my brother, and that was a lot of fun. Yes, he knew the combinations, wouldn't tell me, so I just kept pushing all the buttons. And then
as a kid to that age, that's all you can do.
Yeah, but
you're not thinking strategy or anything.
I still enjoyed it. I beat the game. Of course, I beat it on easy.
Man, raise the difficulty. Challenge yourself.
I would have felt like I was going to rage.
No, it's the same thing with like the Mortal Kombat games.
Don't get me. Sorry to interrupt you. Yeah. Don't get me started on Mortal Kombat. My brother always played as Scorpion and said, "Come over here," and just uppercut me, and I just go right impaling because he knew the cheat code to get the blood on the screen because they tried to censor that, and everyone figured out.
Well, everybody wanted the arcade experience.
Yes, but still, it was, again, I got to bond with my brother, and that's what gaming meant to me back then, was just being able to bond with everybody.
That's what you do. Yeah, you have a family.
I mean, even in current day gaming, I know we're not talking about current day gaming right now, but I do that with friends. I'll play certain games with them and everything, and and I enjoyed playing with them. Yes, I don't always play multiplayer games these days, but even back then, I still enjoyed playing single player because to me, that's where I had a lot of fun. Yes, I enjoyed playing multiplayer, but to me, it was my time to game, and that's where I had the most fun.
Yeah, but a lot of that stuff was built for a single player experience, really. Not everything had multiplayer, or it mattered to have multiplayer.
Right. And that's the thing too, where nowadays everything is more multiplayer. Which, sucks.
For better or worse.
No, it just
depending on who you're playing with.
Yeah, well, with your style of gaming these days and my style is completely different, but back then I just enjoyed more of the story. And that's why, I enjoyed the games that I played. And, when I played ESPN Baseball tonight, I knew it wasn't licensed players in that, but I still pretended who they were and played the whole entire season and just enjoyed it. Even though it was one of the worst baseball games. But to me, it was just a lot of fun. It's one of the first games that I bought, with
your own money.
Yeah, I had allowance money. And bought it at a 7 Mile Fair, which reason it was called 7 Mile Fair, because it was a flea market that was 7 miles long.
Doesn't look like you walked 7 miles now.
Thanks, Mitch, for subtly telling me I'm fat, but without saying it, thanks.
No.
You just had to throw that in there, didn't you?
Somebody had to, but the comments would.
That's what friendship's all about, just being able to bond. And like I said, I couldn't do this podcast without you, Mitch.
No, it's a lot of fun.
It is. I mean, we're two opposite peoples that come together, be able to hit record and be able to tell a podcast talking about good times of gaming. Even though you didn't own a Super NES, you still came out of the woodwork with all the games that you played.
Well, it's easy when they remake them. I mean, there's a lot of stuff you miss out on in that kind of situation. You miss out on anything you go to, when Blockbuster used to exist, any kind of rental you would get.
Oh, I miss Blockbuster.
Just having the whole library shelf full of stuff to choose from. It's like, well, what looks good or what has the best box art that you think is going to be fun.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. That's what I miss. I wish there was still a Blockbuster where it had all the classic games and everything. You can go and look at the box art and that. Now you just,
Well, you got the emulator libraries, but even then it's hard to say. It's so easy to move on to something else. You had to commit to something before. Now it's just play this for 2 seconds. No, this isn't fun. Go on to the next game.
Yeah, because games back then, you got what you got. Basically, if there was bugs in it, well, you just end up trading it in if you could. If not, you were stuck with it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there was no patches. There was no internet, so you can hook it up. Just imagine if Super NES had internet. It'd be really slow.
Well, not like it needed it. I mean, a
No.
lot of that's. I mean, there's only like a few games that were like super buggy. Other than that, I mean, everything came out as it worked.
Yeah.
You had to
Oh,
try real hard to get something to bug out,
yeah.
or had to do it on purpose.
Those are good old days, though, because nowadays they make games
Yeah,
have.
day one patch, 200 gigs.
We'll talk about that stuff down the road because
Yeah,
I know you and I have talked about that off camera, everything, and we just can't wait to get to that point. But we're starting out in the beginning. Like I
yeah.
said, we talked about the NES, we talked about the Super NES, and our next episode is going to be all about
The
the
Genesis.
Genesis, which you have more experience from what you told me than
Yeah.
I have.
Well, it's half the games we've seen are Genesis games that are on the NES, Super NES, or the other way around, depending on how you grew up.
Yeah, the only games I remember playing, and this is a sneak preview of what we're going to talk about next time. I've only played 3 games on there because my dad owned a second Genesis,
Yeah.
but I didn't,
You
and
weren't
that's
cool enough to play on it.
no, I wasn't cool enough to play on it. But I did play one of those ones you could plug in, and that was kind of like the Sega Genesis, and you had all the games built in. So I played that. Does that count?
Was it a compilation thing, or was it just like a compilation of like just tabletop games?
No, it had like Mortal Kombat on there and stuff. I played that. But trying to play it in modern day, you look at it and it's like, I really enjoyed these types of graphics back then.
Yeah.
But as a kid, it's like, I'll go. But no, I didn't own one. So that's one I'm going to put you in the hot seat on that
I gotta
one.
be in the hot seat.
Yep, you got to be in the hot seat. And by the way, you're in a better chair today. I'm glad that I let you use that chair.
Well, the audience didn't see the chair I was in last time. It was terrible. Made me sit in a hard chair, no padding. Had to steal a pillow.
You just like to point, don't
Point.
you? Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Jonathan.
I'm Mitch.
And this was Something to Game.